Sagittarius, hey, thanks for dropping in with me. I already have so much coming in on the frequency tip for the Sagittarius collective. I got a lot of downloads I need to bring in for you all. It all got kicked off with a particular fortune that I came across as I was preparing to do your read, and I think it has a timely message for you. It says, you will soon experience a journey of a lifetime. And there's some numbers that came in association with this. We have life path number 1, life path number 4, life path number 9, life path number 3, and we have an emphasis on life path number 6 with Master Builder 33 number coming in that could signify very helpful links in building the future. They may have something to do with this journey, right? These numbers may be significant for you. So you might want to be mindful of these numbers. And it was 1:44 on the clock when I brought that in. So yes, in particular with life path number 6, this is a very helpful influence, all right? There's something coming in with that that takes it to the next stage of development, takes it to the 44, all right? And also a little bit of divine alignment coming in there. I heard divine justice, okay? I also got this message that came in for you that was like, take the castle by storm. And what I got with that is that there is sort of like a desire to tear down a false power structure. And I'm saying this in the sense that somebody has misused their power. Somebody has abused their role and has really been an oppressive force. And there's some strong desire that is coming from a place of almost enacting a strategy where you want to turn the tide of this particular force in your life. That's going to look different for all of you. For some of you, it may be a specific person that you feel has really misused their power in a situation. For others of you, it's actually like some type of organization, okay? It's something a little bit higher up. It might be something more organized, and you're really wanting to dismantle it. In some cases, this can be corporations, okay? So a lot of interesting energy coming in here. I do feel like there is some strategy being in play at this moment to turn this around. And maybe this in some way also connects with this journey of a lifetime that you're about to kick off. Either way, I do feel like you are aligned with more noble sort of ideals, because I did have coming in as a plant ally for you, the shamrock, the 4-leaf clover. And the 4-leaf clover is often associated with Trinity and also, of course, with luck. It's considered very lucky. That's because finding a 4-leaf clover is like 1 out of 10,000, all right? So perhaps this is something you've always wanted to find. You've wanted to find a 4-leaf clover. You may be coming across one. It may come into your sphere in a very interesting way. There's another association with the shamrock, though, and that is, of course, rooted in Gaelic tradition, and it goes all the way back to the Druids, who viewed the shamrock as a way to ward against evil spirits. And I just got a huge wave of sentience that went through my body with that. Okay, so maybe these are the means that are being employed to take the castle by storm. All right, something kind of interesting coming in there. This could be coming at you, or this could be something that you are orchestrating, I have to say. Okay, it really could apply either way. I do feel like you have a bit of that warrior spirit on your side, Tuatha De Danann, coming in very strongly there. And there are 4 virtues that are associated with that shamrock, and they are love, faith, hope, and trust. Trust that the luck will find you if you align with this trinity of virtues, faith, hope, and love. Okay, so this seems like this is the bottom line of your message. I thought I wanted to dive in a little bit to open up, though, with the Sacred Rebels Oracle to figure out what is this journey about, this journey of a lifetime, and get some clues about what might be at the heart of this journey, why you're heading down a particular path. I do feel like a path is opening up for you, a path is rising up to meet you, and you're going to start to head down this road. This is a new road. It's something that you haven't been traveling down before, okay? So it sounds like there's also certain pitfalls, challenges that come with this journey and a lot to be gained, but it is something that is building your future as you move forward down this path. 6:33 on the clock. I cannot make it up. So again, that message coming through, a life path number 6 may be very significant for you. There might be somebody you need to align with on this path. Perhaps you're supposed to team up with each other to take a particular castle by storm. 6:55 on the clock. Ooh, perhaps maybe that's the seed of the new beginning. There needs to be a taking down of something that's had too much power, that's created some kind of division from one's true activation of their destiny. All right, let's find out what this is about. This is for any significant Sagittarius placement. Also, if you have a prominent placement in the 9th house, or if you are Gemini rising, that makes you a Sagittarian descendant. So let's just see. Give us some clues about this particular journey. What is this journey about for Sagittarius? I'm calling in the ancestors for this because the Druids did come in, the Gaels came in. Maybe some of you have Irish roots, okay? This might be coming forward really strongly for you on an ancestral level. There's been a lot of ancestral energy front and center recently. I think there is something that's just kind of coming up in the roots very strongly for the collective as a whole. Seeing the true you. All right, so there's something about this path is going to reveal to you the true nature of who you are. And it also brings you into alignment with another. This is some kind of spiritual growth process and coming into alignment with a spiritual connection as well in the form of another who's meant to share this path with you. You might have even been really connecting emotionally with this. You might be feeling the current of this coming in. Interesting. I've never noticed this before. Back on one of these lily pads is a teacup. Okay. Take the castle by storm. Is it a storm in a teacup? That's kind of interesting. Maybe something's been granted too much power. It's from some kind of illusion. And perhaps just with the way she is staring into the water here, it's almost giving me vibes of Narcissus. So maybe being too ego focused, there's a need to focus more on the spiritual aspects of the situation, maybe invoke a little bit more of the water element, come a bit more into the heart, also releasing some of the Neptunian energy as well. This could be a karmic matter because it's invoking the house of Pisces. And Pisces is also ruled by Neptune, and you share the ruler of Jupiter. So there could be this energy in the mix here, something that perhaps has you wanting to storm the castle, but you might not realize that it's kind of like a storm in a teacup. Is there a need to storm it in the first place? Interesting. Let's see what else wants to come in through here. What is this journey about for Sagittarius? Ooh, something in reverse, a south node matter. That's how I'm kind of reading these right now, especially because we're sandwiched in between eclipses, the Libra south node lunar eclipse that we had And of course, we have coming up in just 3 days here, we have the Aries North Node activation with the Aries new moon solar eclipse. So we're between these nodes of destiny. So I feel like right now what we're really dealing with is the South Node action, and what we're needing to transform. It was 10:44 on the clock again. Yes, bringing something from the past to a close activates the new beginning, the road rising up to meet you, and starts to put you into alignment with another. There's somebody you're going to share this path with against the grain. Isn't this interesting? Against the grain. And this is almost reminding me of that energy of salmon when they go to spawn, right? They have to swim upstream. Salmon is the Native American birth totem for Leo. You could be dealing with a Leo. You could be dealing with a Leo, and it's a struggle. It's a struggle to swim up this stream. You could be dealing with something from the past that's energetically holding you back, because of course, when I think of Leo, I think of the strength card. It takes a lot of strength to swim against the grain too. I don't think there's something you're meant to struggle with as much. It's sort of like you've built up this struggle in your mind. It's sort of something of your own creation, but it doesn't really exist. It's more like you have some kind of attachment. It could even be some kind of spiritual attachment from the past that's sort of tethering you, or is giving you this perception that you're somehow moving against a bunch of resistance. And this is putting you in a space where it's almost like building up tension within and the desire to maybe strike out in a really strong way, when actually what's needed is more flow, more subtlety, more softness here. Yes, there's all of these doves that are in this water, right? There might be a need also to really integrate, temper a bit of that swords energy, which can be, yes, very decisive and very clean cut, absolutely, very clear, but it can be harsh at times. And there might be a need to marry more of the intellect with the emotional. There might be a need to merge the head with the heart, so you can come into a place of intuitive reasoning that's rooted in feeling, that's born from the instincts coming forward now. Then I think you'll find the deep dive a little easier. You'll be able to breathe underwater. I got interesting. So you're in like a rebirthing stage right now, because I just got that image of being surrounded by the amniotic fluid. Some of you may be having a birth happening in your life. Some of you may actually be having a birth. Some of you may be having somebody new joining your soul family, and they're going to be born in this cycle very soon, very soon, maybe even within this present month of April, I have to say. For those that applies to, it was a real effort to make this happen. You may have even dealt with fertility challenges, but something's been overcome here and you're going to get good news. So this could also be the conception point, right? That coming in for some of you. I feel like the vast majority of you, though, this is speaking of a new emotional way forward that is not full of so much anguish, not full of so much resistance, not full of so many storms, but there's a need to sort of release your attachment to the storm so that you can enter these inviting waters where you can be restored. And then you find that you're carried on the road ahead, and without the resistance in place. And this could have been you were dealing with somebody who was throwing their weight around. They were using too much force. I heard tangled up in blue. Interesting. I helped him out of a jam, I guess, but I used a little too much force. The intention may have been good, but there was just a little bit too much force used to achieve a certain objective. You're now recognizing the way that it stole some time from you, the way that it caught you up at the crossroads for a while, the way it held things up. This is fascinating to me. Okay, let's dive into it. I want to dive into this with the tarot here. We're using the glow in the dark tarot. Yes, okay, so there's something that's being balanced out here. It's being balanced in the scales of justice. All right, so Libra South Node in play in this situation. I already pre-shuffled this, but I'm going to go ahead and bring in just a few more shuffles so you all can see me shuffling these cards. I think that's important for people to see that this is all happening in this creative space, all right? This is all the fates aligning and bringing in these threads of connection in a very dynamic way for you to sort of, you know, form your storyline. It is a creative energy. And there's something that needs to be remembered with tarot, and that's that unless it's a major arcana, it's revealing to you the lay of the land presently. Major arcana are lessons that just have to roll out. They're karmic lessons that you came into this life to move through. But when we're looking at minor arcana, we always have that creative play space of our free will. We can change what we don't like, okay? So maybe you feel like you sabotaged yourself, or you at one time thought somebody else stole an opportunity from you, but you're recognizing the way you actually stole the opportunity from yourself, perhaps by using a little too much force. But now it's ready to be stepped into with the Fool. This could involve an Aries. This could involve an Aquarius. You could have a strong Aries or Aquarius placement in your chart. Speaking of major arcana, you are going on this journey. This is something that is syncing up. This is destiny at play, okay? It's the opportunity to transform that lost opportunity into the thing that is sort of like, you know, the hero's quest is really what I'm seeing there, you know? Maybe that's why the storm, the castle vibes is coming in. That is kind of a hero's quest. There's always the challenger on the path and rising up in bravery and charging forward valiantly to overtake that which has oppressed or has had a malevolent force. Some of you are conquering something that has had a malevolent force. It is coming in for some of you. Some spiritual challenge, some malevolent energy perhaps that was conjured up and that has been attached to you. For some of you, that is an energy that's been with your bloodline for ages, okay? It's very old. And maybe you are going to be the one that is going to finally put a fork in that particular apparition and call it done. What do we got here? Oh, yes. The devil is getting hung up at the crossroads here. Do you see? The lower nature is having to get a new view. All right. This impious energy is absolutely being seized. And this has been overcome. This is already hung up. Okay. So there's a particular devil that was holding you back. And now we see that where there was imbalance, the balance is restored. And that applies elementally, which also includes the cycles of manifestation. Each of those points on that star represents a different elemental. We have the east representing air and the intellect. We have the south representing fire, the passions, the drive, the ambition, the will. We also have the west representing water. We have the emotions there, the heart, which gives a sense of purpose. And then we have the north, which is the activation of the destiny, the manifestation in physical reality, and the transmutation point that comes through The fifth point, which is about Akasha, spirit, bringing spirit down from the heavens and rooting it onto the earth, okay? I feel like you were eluded from claiming your stone of destiny, but something is syncing up now that gives you the power to turn this around. I think you are storming the devil's castle. That's what I got. And you're taking the devil's safe space down. Ooh, you're getting a particular devil hung up here. Oh, bottom of the deck. Look at that. 6 of Wands. Yes, I'll do my victory lap. Thank you very much. Oh, isn't it interesting? You wanted to go backwards first. Well, maybe you have to go back before you can move forward. There can be a little contradiction with time at this time. It's been coming forward quite a bit, I have to tell you. There's a lot of suspended animation right now. Let me get some details about this victory. I think that's why you have luck on your side. And with the Tuatha De Danann on your side and the Druid energy coming in, this is something very rooted. You may feel very connected to fairy. You may feel very connected to those empowerments or those magics, and these may be revealed to you at this time. Yes, there's something that has been a great weight. It's been a great burden, and it's been carried on the backs of your ancestors for generations upon generations. It's something that has kept the true alignment that has been needing to come into being from happening forever. This is like, you know, an infinity loop that was thrown out of whack that caused two to continue to pass like ships in the night. Star-crossed, I got. But now the stars are going to align through overthrowing a particular devil, all right? This is a big quest. 5, certainly. And in some cases, there has been a lot of weight thrown around in the terms of magical workings. I just saw a raven fly by when that came in. So raven deals with karmic law and also karmic law on a magical level. So this could be the burden of working, sort of like coming home to roost for a particular devil, and now they have to ante up at the crossroads and pay the piper. This is what's opening the road for you. Interesting. So a karmic debt is being settled here. It's really interesting energy. Let me go ahead and do one cut of the deck here to solidify this message. Oof, yes, there's that tricky energy. Trickster energy on the scene, but you're going to bring this to an end, okay? I see this. Something was stolen in the past by very subversive means. It could have involved a fixed sign energy. You could have been dealing with a Leo. You could have been dealing with a Taurus. You could have been dealing with a Scorpio. You could have been dealing with an Aquarius. But this is being wrapped up ever so nicely and neatly with a pretty bow on it. And it's giving a new way forward, a new view of the future. And there's success and celebration on the other side. Yes, this is something, look at this. This is something that has to do with a particular working for some of you. This could have something to do also with some kind of, like I was saying, outside entity. This could be a corporation. This could be some kind of power structure that was corrupt, that needs to be in some way dismantled, and it activates the start of this hero's quest, this journey of a lifetime that you're about to step into. Now, I do want to look at Alana Fairchild's Sacred Rebels Oracle, and I want to read what she had to say about this against the grain, because I feel 24:44 on the clock. There's that 6:44 energy again, okay? So life path number 6 coming in strongly, potentially life path number 4 too, all right? There might be a bit of a riddle to resolve in that case, I got. Very interesting. Life path number 8 could be coming in as well. All of these factoring in. So this is sort of like a blending of different fates, and there's certain elements that need to be cleared in order for there to be true activation of the destiny the true north I got, all right? And perhaps even a reclaiming of certain magical gifts that at one time were stolen. Very interesting. Let's read what Alana Fairchild has to say about this, and then we will go ahead and, you know what? Let's go ahead and call this also as coming in for the collective. I did this on the Libra read, all right? So let's bring this in at 2555 for the collective read, because we do have your energy playing out very strongly in this cycle, Sagittarius. In fact, on 420, we're going to have the wrap up of an Aries solar eclipse that occurred last year on 420. All right, pretty wild, right? Because we have the new moon solar eclipse occurring in Aries on the 8th, all right? And this year on 420, which is 6 with hidden gifts. That's what zeros represent. Also the beginning of that journey. We have a wild card element coming into play with the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. That ties the Pisces piece in as well, because Jupiter is a ruler that you share, Sagittarius, all right? Very interesting. That's the activation point. And in all of the collective, the whole global collective will be feeling this, all right? So we're bringing this piece in for everybody about against the grain, right? This has something to do with a building block for our future. I think it's speaking very much of entering this transformational time of building the way forward in the Aquarian age is kind of how it's coming through. So let me see what we got here. You want birds to be able to fly underwater. You want love to trump power. You want humanity to relate to each other as equals and to recognize the sacredness in you and in the world around you. You want to unleash the beauty that hides in even the ugliest of scenes or sentiments. You want to make possible what others say cannot be. You are a radical dreamer, a sacred rebel, and you bring the light of a more positive future to this world. However, this can have its burdens. Deep within you may feel that you don't really fit in with the rest of the world. Perhaps your sense of how things can be and how they really are is so different to the smaller minds or more fearful hearts of many others that you are rarely received for all that you offer. This might make you feel frustrated, thwarted, or lonely at times. The universe so loves you for your unusual take on things, for the quirkiness in you that dares to honor that which is different and renders the impossible possible. You must never, ever lose your usual, unusual ways and become dry, serious, appropriate, and conventional, not even for appearance's sake. For you would lose your essence. You are here to show that life is about so much more than conventional success. This oracle comes with a special message for you. You are someone who lives and breathes in the depths of creative waters. You need to lose yourself to the flow of music, nature, dreams, imagination, and fantasy. Through art and literature, meditation, dance, and in sensual surrender to the sacred waters of the ocean, the river, the lake, or the bathtub. You must go against the grain. It is just your way. You are not one of the followers, but one of the agitators. Interesting. However, yours is not a force of disrespectful chaos. You are a loving catalyst. And by simply being yourself, you constantly remind people that there is always another way. Reminds me of that saying that we hear so often, your light agitates their demons. Maybe that's all it takes to overcome these oppressive forces, is just continually actively building your light and optimism. Maybe that's all it takes to bring down a particular tower. You know, interesting. It's a light storm, not a lightning storm. This oracle comes with the particular guidance that you are meant to be exactly as you are. You are meant to be the black sheep the rainbow sheep, or even the wild wolf in the flock of sheep. The daring butterfly spirit calling to the caterpillars. That is you. Okay, again, butterfly clan may be coming in for you very strongly. Again, South Node energy, because the raven flew by the window as we were doing your read. Raven is associated with Libra on the medicine wheel, and Libra is a butterfly clan. So butterfly clan may be coming in as allies to you, all right? They can aid in this transformation. The price you pay for the gift of individuality is that you must take care of it and guard it so that you are not doled down and conditioned into playing at being something you are not. If this has happened or is threatening to happen, this oracle brings you comfort. You will always dream of birds that fly underwater. You know that the true nature of your being can never be changed. At most, it could only be hidden for a time. Now is the time to accept who you are and allow your truths to be freely expressed. Don't worry about the effects of going against the grain. When we are who we are in truth, we attract the support, protection, and energy that we need to thrive. Your power comes from aligning your outward self with your inner truth, not with the general consensus. You will then find other dreamers, other wild butterflies, and a typically colored sheep to join you in conjuring better visions for our world. And they do have a healing process here. So let's offer it up just for the collective. You can take this in now. I'll timestamp too, so you can come back to it as a practice during this cycle to support you. Close your eyes and relax. Take 7 deep breaths in and out as you bring your awareness into your body and the space that exists within your body. When you are relaxed, imagine, sense, or perceive a winding river of golden light that starts below your feet. Sense it gathering there as a pool of liquid golden energy. It has an intelligence of its own, and it winds its way into beautiful patterns before you, flowing with grace and playfulness. This river of light symbolizes your life journey. Just notice it and enjoy it. See that your life journey is unique. You may focus on your own river of life or expand your awareness to sense the rivers of life that represent the journeys of those around you. You may see, sense, or feel that their paths are unique to them also. No one has the exact same journey to take, even though we are all heading toward one destination of absolute love. It was 33:33 on the clock as I brought that in. Double sixes. 3 again, such affirmation. Say the following out loud or receive these words deep into your heart and let them resonate and ripple through your energetic field. I honor myself. I honor the truth that I express through my very being. I accept the protection that I am offered so that I may go against the grain from a place of love and as an invitation for others to be open to life. So be it. When you are ready, simply open your eyes and sit quietly with your hand on your heart for a moment. You have completed your healing process. Very beautiful, very potent. I love this. And yes, that is to go against the grain in the world we exist in today, isn't it? Because so many are invested in fear and few are invested in the path of heart, which leads us to the true fulfillment and unity and empowerment of love. Prepare to let that love in, Sagittarius.